Greetings from our channel again. Under the bright stage lights, Robert Wagner was not your average Hollywood star, complete with ostentatious parts and a rich lifestyle. As the quintessential actor, he exudes a powerful allure through his charisma and unique presence, despite his calm manner. Whenever he made an appearance, Wagner simply required a quick look to communicate intense feelings, ranging from quiet sadness to tender delight, without the need for grandiose spectacles. That has made a lasting impression on the audience. However, beneath that calm appearance, Wagner's life has been filled with difficult obstacles, unspoken secrets, and painful choices. Watch this video to learn more about Robert Wagner's journey if you've ever liked the way Alexander Mundy in It Takes a Thief or Jonathan Hart in Heart to Heart looked. From an enthusiastic young actor, he overcame innumerable challenges to become a legendary figure in vintage Hollywood. Along with the hidden facets of his life connected to one of the most horrifying mysteries in film history, his early existence, this is a tale of sacrifices made for love. On February 10, 1930, Robert John Wagner Jr. was born in Detroit, Michigan, into a loving but modest family. Robert John Wagner Sr., his father, was an executive in the steel industry. A strong man who constantly aspires to stability and professional success. Hazel Alvora was Wagner's mother. She worked as a telephone operator and was a loving mother who went above and beyond to raise her kids. Wagner's family's combined German and Norwegian immigrant ancestry contributed to his distinct personality and sophistication. Wagner was just 7 years old when the family relocated to Bel Air, California, in 1937 in search of better prospects. The Wagner family not only started a new life in Bel Air, but it was also where young Robert's aspirations of becoming a Hollywood star were woven together. Young Wagner was naturally exposed to the entertainment industry because he lived close to the Bel Air Country Club, where well-known movie stars frequently congregated. In addition to giving him the opportunity to interact with famous actors, working as a caddy for celebrities like Alan Ladd and Fred Astaire stoked his desire to join that world. Wagner was well known as a teenager for his intense love of acting in addition to his height and good looks. Robert Wagner thought he belonged in Hollywood, even though he had not yet had the chance to work in the film industry. His love of acting was sparked while he was a student at St. Monica Catholic, where he took part in theatrical productions and progressively developed the desire to pursue a career in professional acting. Wagner started experimenting with bit-part acting after high school, making fleeting on-screen appearances. Hollywood's early years were anything from simple. To finance his dream, Wagner had to work at a variety of occupations, including waiter and salesman. All of this did not deter him, however. At this point, the tenacity and resolve that Wagner had inherited from his parents started to prove to be useful tools in his creative endeavors. Early career. When Wagner had the chance to sign a contract with 20th Century Fox in the early 1950s, a fantasy for many during Hollywood's heyday, it marked a turning point in his career. Wagner started out in movies with minor parts, such as debut in The Happy Years in 1950. Despite the fact that it was a small part, it was the first step toward Wagner's goal of becoming a top actor in Hollywood. He didn't begin with important parts. However, Wagner progressively established himself in the entertainment world by progressing from smaller roles to more significant ones. After his initial appearance, Wagner gained notoriety for his portrayal of an injured soldier in 1952's With a Song in My Heart, which touched audiences with its genuine sorrow. Wagner was able to establish a reputation with audiences and win over large producers because to his subtle performance in this movie. Wagner further cemented his reputation in 1954 when he played a valiant prince in the fairy tale adventure picture Prince Valiant. In addition to demonstrating Wagner's versatility as an actor, this part demonstrated his ability to play strong, endearing, and heroic characters. Wagner gained a lot of youthful admirers and increased his notoriety by projecting an image of a long-haired prince who was a symbol of strength and romance. Wagner kept pushing himself with a variety of film genres throughout the 1950s, ranging from psychological thrillers like A Kiss Before Dying, 1956, to westerns like Halls of Montezuma, 1951. His performance in A Kiss Before Dying, in particular, revealed a new side of Wagner as a cunning monster with a complicated psyche and cunning plans. Critics praised Wagner's portrayal of a lovely but dangerous young man, showcasing his range as an actor. Robert Wagner began as a young man with lofty goals and progressively made a name for himself playing a variety of parts, from complicated villains to romantic heroes. His early career was a tribute to how talent and tenacity can help someone realize their aspirations, even in a challenging environment like Hollywood. It was also a voyage of resolve. Professional achievement. Robert Wagner continued to work toward being one of the most well-known movie and television stars of his era after earning his fame in his early years from little parts. A significant turning point in Wagner's career was his audacious move from the big screen to television in the middle of the 1960s, when he landed the lead in the 1968 to 1970 television series It Takes a Thief, in the person of Alexander Mundy. Wagner, a charming thief employed by the government for covert operations, offered spectators the ideal blend of nuanced comedy and intelligence. Wagner became one of the most recognizable characters on American television thanks to his exceptional performance, which won him an Emmy nomination. But Wagner's portrayal of Jonathan Hart in the television series Heart to Heart in 1979 was the real apex of his career. 1979 to 1984. One of the most iconic couples in television history was made up of Jonathan Hart, a successful businessman and talented detective, and his wife, Jennifer Hart, portrayed by Stefanie Powers. Heart to Heart provided viewers with an emotional depiction of love, dedication, and cooperation in a married couple, conquering all obstacles, in addition to being packed with dramatic and exciting experiences. In the 1980s, Jonathan Hart became a symbol of sophistication and intelligence thanks to Wagner's gentlemanly manner and charisma. He and Stefanie Powers' chemistry was a cultural phenomenon that drew millions of viewers and helped the show run for 5 seasons. In addition to securing Wagner's position in listeners' hearts, Heart to Heart's success signaled the pinnacle of his career. Along with multiple nominations and significant awards, Wagner's popularity among the public demonstrated that he was not just a movie star but also a superb television actor, making him a symbol of success on the small screen. Wagner's popularity extended beyond television. His portrayal of Number 2 in the well-liked comedy series Austin Powers during the 1990s also left a lasting impression. This change was daring. From somber parts to a humorous, satirical, and humorous one. Wagner's second role demonstrated his versatility and ability to quickly adjust to shifting audience preferences by being both serious and humorous. In addition to garnering him admiration from a younger audience, Wagner's role in Austin Powers demonstrated his remarkable versatility in a variety of cinematic genres. Wagner played Anthony Donazzo Sr., the father of one of the major characters in NCIS, one of the most popular television programs. In his later years, Wagner was able to showcase his profound acting abilities in this part, giving the character warmth, comedy, and wit. Wagner made a lasting impression on audiences thanks to his experience and superb acting skills. He confirmed that he was a respected veteran actor on television. Wagner was a successful producer in addition to an actor, co-producing a number of television shows in which he acted. His contributions to the success of numerous plays extended beyond his acting career and included work behind the scenes. Wagner was able to sustain a lengthy and durable career in a competitive market like Hollywood thanks to his passion and unwavering spirit of invention. The success of Robert Wagner's career is determined by his ability to inspire future generations via tenacity, diversity, and professionalism, in addition to the quantity of parts and honors he received. Wagner has demonstrated his enduring popularity in the entertainment sector over the course of more than 70 years in the arts. He made a name for himself in movies ranging from serious dramas to fun comedies, in addition to his long-running television roles. In addition to garnering him respect from all generations, this has demonstrated that Robert Wagner is one of the few performers who can consistently evolve and adapt to the demands of television and movies. Personal life. A prosperous career that left a lasting impression on both small and large screens presented Robert Wagner as a tough and tenacious entertainment business star. The intricate emotional tale of Wagner's personal life, which included ups and downs, grief, and passionate relationships, is hidden beneath the glitz of his artistic career. There have been more dramatic climaxes in his real life than in any character he has ever portrayed. Wagner met Natalie Wood for the first time in the early 1950s. She was already a well-known child star at the time, and he was a young, up-and-coming actor. This meeting swiftly developed into a loving partnership, and the two were legally wed in 1957. They became the golden pair under the Hollywood limelight, and their admiration for each other's perfection made their romance appear like something out of a fairy tale. But despite the stunning photos and celebrity, their marriage was turbulent like many others. The spotlight, professional pressures, and disagreements caused tension in their relationship. Conflicts that seemed intractable resulted from Wagner and Wood's ongoing disputes and allegations of adultery. They made the decision to divorce in 1962. A choice that caused them and everyone who appreciated their lovely love story to feel a great deal of regret. Despite having a lot of other connections after their divorce, Wagner and Wood didn't appear to be able to replace one another in their hearts. 10 years later, in 1972, they fell in love once more. This time, it was a mature, serene love driven by a want for a permanent home rather than the ardor of youth. Believing that they were mature enough to overcome any obstacles, they decided to give one another another shot and got back together. But life is seldom as simple as we would want. Despite the fact that their love had deepened, they continued to face difficulties. They made an effort to strike a balance between their careers and their families, and it appeared that they were finally happy. But catastrophe struck on November 29, 1981. While aboard a yacht with actor Christopher Walken and Wagner, Natalie Wood passed away inexplicably. Her death instantly became the subject of mystery, conjecture, and debate once her body was discovered floating in the water close to Catalina Island. Although an accidental drowning was first determined to be the cause of her death, Wagner's possible involvement in the incident was called into question due to a lack of clarity and inconsistent statements. The spouse was the last person to see Natalie alive, and the media started to question him. After then, Wagner remained silent, but this did not quiet the public. Rather, it heightened tensions and stoked gossip. The inquiry went on for many years. Wagner had to deal with a great deal of public criticism, unresolved concerns, and ongoing scrutiny when the case was repeatedly reopened without ever receiving a satisfactory explanation. His silence and personal suffering only served to increase conjecture about that fatal night, even though he denied all charges and maintained his innocence. Not only was Natalie's passing the biggest loss of Wagner's life, but it also left him with an open wound that he had to deal with on a daily basis in the form of criticism and charges. The public's attention was drawn to Robert Wagner once more in 2011 when the probe was renewed. With innumerable hypotheses and doubts over the passing of his late wife. The media and society continued to put Wagner under a lot of criticism and distrust despite the lack of hard proof to support his direct involvement. Wagner's life was marred by the tragedy of Natalie Wood, but he had already been involved in other passionate relationships that had a lasting impact. Wagner had affairs with older, well-known women like Joan Crawford and Barbara Stanwyck, two well-known actresses who were admired for their charisma and significant impact. Known for her attractive personality and successful film career, Barbara Stanwyck had a covert relationship with Wagner. Barbara was more than just a love partner, she was a fantastic friend and mentor who helped Wagner grow in both his personal and professional life. Left a lasting impression on Wagner as well. Although these connections did not continue, Wagner learned a lot from them, including how to be persistent and how to advance his profession. These ladies were more than simply brief lovers, they had a big impact on Wagner's development as a person and as a professional, particularly during tumultuous times. Autobiography. Fragments of My Heart. After more than 70 years in the entertainment business, Robert Wagner's autobiography, Pieces of My Heart, was published in 2008. It provides an honest glimpse at his life. In addition to detailing his professional accomplishments, the book offers intimate glimpses into his life, including joy, suffering, and heartbreaking losses. Few people are aware of the emotional journey that Wagner takes readers on behind the Hollywood spotlight, yet it is evident in every page. Wagner isn't afraid to talk about his tumultuous relationship with Natalie Wood, who was both his greatest light and his biggest darkness, in Pieces of My Heart. There were many happy times in their relationship, but there were also many arguments throughout their first encounter, marriage, divorce, and final reunion. Wagner talks about the happiness of their days together, but he also touches on the hurt of their shattered love and, most importantly, the deep grief when Natalie passed away inexplicably. In addition to being intimate experiences, these memories serve as a means for him to face the past and the unchangeable. Wagner's autobiography also serves as a tribute to the ladies who influenced his life, including Joan Crawford and Barbara Stanwyck. In addition to being brief romantic relationships, they had a significant impact on how he saw performing in life in general. Joan Crawford taught Wagner about tenacity and resolve, while Barbara Stanwyck helped him grasp commitment to the acting craft. In addition to helping Wagner grow as a person, these experiences also benefited his professional advancement, particularly in terms of illustrating the complexity of his positions. Wagner also talks about the challenging years after Natalie's passing, when he was the target of persistent rumors and popular mistrust. His extended silence was not because he had nothing to say, but rather because he wanted to preserve the priceless and holy memories that existed between them. The uncertainty and pressure from the media were significant burdens. In the book, Wagner shares his innermost thoughts in the hopes that the reader would be able to relate to and understand him. Wagner's development as a man and an actor is also chronicled in Pieces of My Heart. He dedicates heartfelt chapters to his wife, Jill St. John, who has been his source of solace and joy following a number of hardships. Wagner was able to overcome obstacles and lead a more tranquil life thanks to Jill's assistance. It was liberating for Wagner to write this autobiography since it gave him the opportunity to honestly reflect on his life. He portrayed a life that was full of lessons and ideals, despite its imperfections. Fragments of My Heart. In addition to enhancing the audience's understanding of Wagner as a driven and passionate man, it also confirms that, like everyone else, he faces challenges and makes sacrifices behind the stage lights. Family and present circumstances. Actress Jill St. John was Wagner's new anchor after the turbulent years with Natalie. Known for her charm and sense of humor, Jill St. John gave Wagner the solace and happiness he believed he had lost forever. Their love grew steadily over time, fueled by profound empathy and understanding rather than the original ferocious fire. With his legal marriage to Jill St. John in 1990, Wagner's personal life entered a new phase. Jill has been more than just his wife ever since. Through the highs and lows of life, she has been by his side. The house where they lived together was originally owned by Wagner and Natalie, but with Jill, it has been made cozier by love and happiness. Jill has always supported Wagner during tough periods, such as the drawn-out Natalie investigations, and they frequently spend time together caring for their garden. Wagner has discovered new happiness thanks to Jill, not only in romantic relationships but also in commonplace pastimes. She is a friend who is ready to share anything, from life's little pleasures to its most profound tragedies. In sharp contrast to the years of glamour and chaos in the entertainment business, Wagner, now 94, is leading a serene and tranquil existence. Wagner has decided to leave the spotlight in order to concentrate on what really matters to him: family, love, and a simple life after decades of devoted artistic pursuits and numerous highs and lows. He resides in the same opulent yet comfortable Los Angeles home that he and Natalie Wood had shared. Numerous pleasant and tragic memories can be found in this house. To help him recall the love that once filled his life, pictures of Natalie are still thoughtfully positioned throughout the house. Wagner spends his days reading, caring for the garden, and reliving his past, but not with a depressing sense of melancholy but with thankfulness for the experiences and lessons he has learned. Wagner stays in touch with the family of Natalie Wood. Courtney Wagner, his daughter with Natalie, and Natasha Gregson Wagner, Natalie's daughter from her previous marriage, are the objects of his affection and constant care. The rumors surrounding their mother's passing have never had an impact on Wagner's relationship with his daughters. Wagner has always been a caring and dedicated father, according to Natasha, who even publicly supported her stepfather against claims made against him. For more than 70 years, Robert Wagner has been an enduring representation of Hollywood, dedicating his life to the arts. Post your opinions about Wagner's amazing contributions and his motivational journey in the comments area. If you learned anything from this tale, remember to tell others who share your admiration for Robert Wagner. To ensure you don't miss any more fascinating tales about your favorite Hollywood figures, make sure to subscribe to our channel. See you in the upcoming videos.